Adegoke, is that correct?
Yeah, Adegoke.
Did I pronounce it right?
Adegoke. Yeah, Adegoke. Adegoke.
Adegoke. So Ed,
Yeah,
tell
the
us a little
Yoruba
bit
name.
about yourself. You're from Nigeria,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, I'm from Nigeria.
And you consider yourself an emerging artist, is that correct?
Yeah. Yes, I can.
And when did you start your pursuit of painting?
Yeah. Professionally, I would say I started like about 2 years now. Professionally.
So it's been, you say 2 years?
Yeah.
So do you
But
have
I
any?
had, but I had like a great turn around last year. You know, finding myself and developing more skills and understanding about art. I was during the COVID-19 outbreak, pandemic. I had to sit down and learn a lot of things, you know, develop more new ideas about art.
So what made you start to paint?
What do you say?
So what made you start to paint?
Yeah, that's the thing. When my inspirations, when I just feel like painting something and I just have an inspiration, I just go straight to my canvas and work on the painting.
Now, just to share with the audience, I know you've written a few books. Am I correct?
Yeah, I'm a
Did you write?
writer.
Did you start writing the books before you started painting?
I'd say actually, I've been doing art. I had the talent of drawing and painting since I was in my high school days. You know, so since I was a kid, there are like around 5 years, started watching cartoons like Tom and Jerry, Super Strikers. That was how I grew the talent. You understand? So ever since then, I've always been, painting stuff and drawing stuff. Like the Pinky and the Brains cartoons. So I've been doing stuff since I was young. And then I didn't even know the meaning of art. I was just this young, talented boy, and I was always doing so many things. You know. So talking about writing actually happened later in life. Maybe that was when I was in high school. I think I was in senior secondary school, 1 or 2. I started taking interest in literature. That's when I started getting familiar with some African, writers like Wole Soyinka, Stanley Kwesi, Chinua Achebe, Chimamanda and the like. So I started, reading their books. Started reading their books. Actually, then reading their books was not really understanding to me. Not really understanding to me, especially the books of Soyinka. The expression, his style of writing was quite cumbersome for me to comprehend. As an high school boy, as a young boy, then I didn't know much. I actually love poems too. I started reading their poems. I read a lot of poems of Black American writers, and African writers. The poems of James Baldwin, the poems of Walter Raleigh, poems of Jared Danjira, Sly Tenikoka, technical poems and the likes too. So that's why I started, like these poems of the Nego Speaks of River, So I fell in love with, reading poems. That's how it started. So I said, I could start writing my own stuff too. So I started writing when I was in high school. I started writing poems. I started learning how to write poems. I got a book, developing my vocabulary. So ever since then, I've been writing. And I used to make art in school then too, just for free. I do like drawing in classes. Sometimes when the teacher is teaching mathematics, it's always boring. I'm not the I'm not
You
the
said mathematics was boring, huh?
yeah. I'm not this equation type, equation. I find it boring. So I just look at my book and my
Well, you
sketchbook.
met, you
I
you
always
mentioned you mentioned James Baldwin. Did you read any of his books?
I read his books. I read his books a lot. This Baldwin. He's my favorite writer. My favorite American writer. I read his books a lot. Lot.
He's a very good writer. He's very well versed and speaks the truth in a lot of his writings.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah. Like one of his books. I'm not your Negro. That's a great book. His book inspired one of my paintings, The Native Son, and that of Richard Wright, The Native Son, and The Notes of a Native Son. So it talks about Black people and their struggles, their survival mechanisms and contemporary survival and all of that. So it brings me to inspiration, and then I think something. So like I was saying back then in high school, everything was my sketchbook. I used to draw on the table. I draw on the table. I draw on the walls. I draw on my textbooks at the back. You always know I'm an artist. Buy a lot of books, my notebook. I draw on everything. Sometimes I take my favorite girl in class there, to be my model. I can just sketch her. So drawing was just a skill then. I didn't know what to do with it. I just felt like I'm talented. Everyone in the school always know me. They all know me for that. I think I was actually the best at that in school back then. I was widely known in high school for that. Damn it, the artist, the artist, the artist, the artist. I even draw for my teachers, the one who teach students in the biology and stuff. I help them draw in their lesson notes. So they call me and I just draw for them. So I had quite a remarkable name for that in school. At least if I'm not known for anything, I was known for drawing in school.
are you familiar with the term graffiti? Did you said you write on walls, and back here we would
Yeah,
call
yeah,
that graffiti.
yeah. I do graffiti, but I have a friend who's certified on that. So I do go around with him to do some graffiti. We did some back during the end pandemic in Nigeria, the protest. We did some revolutionary works on the walls. We just on the main road side. Just an artist, Abifola Olorunlana. So we do stuff like that together. I'm going to send you some pictures of the work we did later. We just revolutionary works just to create awareness. The Nigerian government, okay, this that they want us to stay at home and they don't provide palliatives for us. We use it as a voice, as a voice. That was what we did with graffiti.
Let's talk about the title for this show. You sent some works that we have here at the gallery, and I'm going to
Yeah.
share those works that are here at the Moody Jones Gallery, and just give me a moment so I can make sure I do this correctly. So
All right.
I'm going to.
Okay.
Is it showing? Do you see the?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. Now the title of the show is called Black Mekri. Did I pronounce that correct?
Yeah, Black Mekri.
Now I understand
Yeah,
that
Black
Merki.
Mekri.
I understand that Merki is a Greek word that speaks speaks the word of soul. Am I correct?
Yes, you are. It's about the soul.
So what was the inspiration behind these images? Can you talk to us about the images of the works we have here at the gallery?
yeah, the images of the work, the inspiration behind them, the lady on Afro, yeah, it's about you know, it's about the imagination, the idea in the books I've read, and I need a female figure, somebody in Afro. That's why I depicted somebody. It's actually an imaginary.
So, Ed, what happened?
For that painting. I just did something over here. I just wanted to portray a black woman, much of brown. I just talking about the beauty of a black woman, the beauty of a black woman. It's appreciating the beauty and essence of a black woman. You know, so that's about the work, the images of that's the painting, the one on the wall, and then
Okay.
yeah, the one by the left side, the lady with the yellow background, the one titled rainbow.
The one that's on the great pedestal.
Yeah. It's actually, our tribe in Nigeria, because we have a lot of tribes here. I'm from the Yoruba tribe, and the title of that work is Oshumare. So in Yoruba here, we refer to rainbow as Oshumare. So the English of rainbow is Oshumare. So the work is titled Oshumare. It also speaks about the beauty, and the power of the black woman. The beauty and power of the black woman.
You mentioned that you were from you said Yoruba tribe. Did you say that?
Yeah, I'm from the Yoruba tribe.
Okay. Because I'm somewhat familiar with that because I have some wood carvings from the Yoruba tribe here at the gallery. Now, what about the image what about the image that's on the red pedestal with the guy with the circle around the eye?
Yeah, that's my major work. That's titled Merki's Son. Merki's Son. That is the painting that was inspired by the books of Richard Wright and the other man, James Baldwin. They both wrote a book titled Merki's Son. Richard Wright wrote his own book, The Merki's Son, and James Baldwin, Notes of a Merki's Son. So when I read the book and I read the instruction, on the black race in that book, I was really, really inspired, really inspired. Then I tried to come up with my own image, a representation of a black person. And that's why I came up with that work. I'm just trying to picture who and what that native son looks like. You understand? I'm trying to picture who the native son looks like in my own painting. That's okay. This is the native son in the book, and this is the boy that was inflicted with so much injustice, and due to the history of racism, and he was perplexed. You understand? According to the book, Bigger Thomas I couldn't blame him for what he did, but was perplexed, was caught in between. He didn't know what to do. That was why I just had to show the girl and burn her up in the furnace, because you can't call him a criminal. So painting all of that, expressing all of that on this painting, I came up with the idea of using the subject. If you look at the subject, if you look on his face, it's like that of someone who has been inflicted, like he's in pain. You look on his face, he's saying, this is injustice. This is the destruction of my race, and I don't have a choice. I'm not responsible for these actions. I was perplexed. I didn't know what to do. I was confused. So those are the looks on his face. When you look at that painting, that is what you see on his face. And then the use of the burnt newspaper by the side of the eyes. the use of the bond newspaper, there's, it's cracking. I burnt it. That is the race, the broken race. That is Africa, the black man, the Africa, the bond newspaper, and the circle on his face is about hope.
Is that hope you say?
Black race. There's hope.
You say that hope. You say the hope. Okay. Okay. So the images. So based on what you just said, it sounds to me that you're demonstrating in your works the struggles, but at the same time that there's hope in spite of the struggles. Am I correct?
There's struggles and there's hope. You understand? So I'm not just about the thinking about victimhood and victimization. That's not just what that's not the only thing I'm talking about. I'm not someone who's always talking about victimization or the destruction or no. I'm talking about like more like celebrating the resilience of Black people. Talking about the beauty, the Black power, the hope that we still have, love, spreading love for humanity in all ramifications. That is the purpose of this series. Not just about something bad happened to Black people, and I'm thinking that no, I'm thinking I want the change to happen. Something to represent the Black race. I want the change to happen, and I'm creating awareness. Creating awareness as the world is protesting against racism and all of that. I believe I can also do that with my heart. And I'm preaching love. Because is love, and love is the only religion. So that is everything that I'm all about. You understand? And then the other painting beside, the one on the grace too, is also talking about the resilience of Black women too. And there's one more painting.
There's one more painting. Give me a second. I'm gonna bring up the other image.
Okay.
What's going on, Adrian?
Hello, Miss. How you doing, Miss Stephanie?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Where is the artist? Is he in Africa now or no?
He's in the motherland. He's home in Nigeria.
Nigeria. Okay. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Ed, I put up on the screen.
Okay, yeah, I can see.
I can see what did you. I'm sorry about the part with your pants pulled down, but but on that image, that's the picture of that's the process of the painting that's here in the gallery, and I don't know if I have.
Yes.
And I'm trying to see where I took a picture of it, so I want the audience to see it. Just bear with me a second.
All right.
I'm looking for it, and just do this for me. You're in your studio.
Okay.
You got other works in your studio. Could you kind of walk and speak? Because these works that are in your studio, as I understand it, are all part of this series of this Black Merki. Am I correct? So as you walk in and show us the images, just talk a little bit about them.
All right. Okay. I'm trying to.
Take your time.
Yeah. Can you put my face back on like so I can just turn the camera to
You need to lower your camera a little bit because we only can see the bottom of it with your signature.
Okay, you can see.
Well, I can see it now. You can keep coming down with it. Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to like see. I'm trying to see through my phone here.
That's good. That's good. That's perfect right there. That's perfect.
All right, you can see.
Yes, we
All
can.
right. All right, so this is titled Songs of Hope.
Songs, you said Songs of Hope?
Songs of,
okay.
Yeah, Songs of Hope. Songs of Hope. And that's a black girl playing the guitar, you know, with so much of distress in her face, but there is hope. You know. So hope for the black people. That's what the work is talking about. Hope for the black people. You know, when there is hope, there is life. When there is hope, there is freedom. There is justice. So that's what this work is all about. So this is the next one. Can you see that, right?
So what's the title of this piece? What's the title of this piece?
This is titled Black Boys. Black Boys. Black Boys.
That's an interesting name.
Yeah. Yeah, Black Boy. It was inspired by a poem I wrote. Yeah. Inspired by a poem I wrote. One of my collection of poetry I published on Amazon Kindle bookstores on Amazon. So I tried to make a painting to the poetry because I find it so fascinating to me. It's titled Black Boys. The work is about freedom, about freedom. You know, talking about black boys who just want to be free. Black boys just want to live a good life. As you can see, just want to enjoy life, just like every other person. You can see them with high phones and some kind of some sports, gold rings, some designer, Chanel, all of that on their hands. They've always there's this ideology, I don't know, or pattern of reasoning on black people that when we dress and use all this stuff, it makes them kind of criminal. That's the belief. It's even affecting us here too in Nigeria. It's even affecting us here in Nigeria too. Hello, are you with me?
I can hear you.
I can hear you. Yes, I'm sorry. I hit mute by accident. So
okay.
You can keep showing us other works if you have other works in there, I'm sure.
Definitely, I do. Yeah, this is a boy with 9 lives. Boy with 9 lives. Yeah, this is the latest painting from the Black Mekri series. I painted this of recent. I think I tagged you this one. This is the latest one I did. This is 16 by 20 inches. This and this are the same sizes. I work with specific sizes. I don't just paint on size like that. So this is 30 by 34 inches, same as this. So this one is 16 by 20 inches, boy with 9 lives. It's all about the resilience of the black man, basically strong people. That is why I made the subject, an image of this is a nigger, black man, this is a nigger, the gold, sort of his face and resilience of the black man. So, boy with 9 lives, and this one is the same size too, 16 by 20 inches. This is tied to the mother of nature. It's celebrating feminism. It's all about this one is all about feminism, female gender. I'm a feminist. And I believe the world is actually facilitated and guided by women. We all came here through the women. So I believe in so much respect for female gender and respecting them. I respect them so much. So I just put up the painting and
Well, it's interesting you make that comment because this is women's month, the month of March. So that's very representative of celebration of women. So thank you.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. So this one here is titled Ori. This is in Yoruba language. Ori means head. Ori means head. If you look at this, this is more of the African style, African fashion. Here you have cowries on the head. You have cowries, and this is also the African hairstyle, the African women hairstyle. This is titled. The name of this hairstyle is shuku, and some people call it something like that. This is shuku. Yeah, this is shuku. Shuku is an hairstyle, for Black women. The Yoruba tribe. I told you I'm a Yoruba guy. So this is this what is about is Yoruba style. This is in Yoruba style. It's titled Ori, the head. The head is in Yoruba belief system. The head is a symbol of the destiny. It's about somebody's destiny. The head symbolizes the destiny. This work is about destiny. It's about destiny. It's about paying homage to your destiny. It's about it's more of a spiritual artwork because I believe in spirituality. I'm a very spiritual person. As a Black man, I'm coming from Africa. I'm a Yoruba man. I believe system. So this is a spiritual work. It's more of a spiritual painting. It says pay homage to our destiny. We should respect our destiny. We should know what our destiny wants. I see some Black people here in Nigeria and other part of Africa. They see like everybody wants to run away from Nigeria. Everybody wants to run away from Africa. They have that kind of ideology.
You said they want to run away from Africa. Why is that?
Because things are tough. Because things are tough. Things are tough. With bad government, everything seems stagnant and all of that. Things are not working. So people believe running away from here and then going to other parts of the world, like the European countries, to make things better. And when they run over there, they come about so many other issues like the immigration issue and the racism and all of that. A lot of people have gone there. We didn't hear their history again. We didn't know what happened to them. So more than 2,000 Africans die every year trying to escape from Africa. And this happens when they go through the ship. They go through the sea because not everybody can afford the airplane. So most people go through the sea. And then some die on the sea, on the ship because of cold, and some are thrown into the wide sea, just like that. Just because the purpose of this work is knowing the purpose of your creation. Knowing the purpose of your creation. It's not the word says like destiny or it's not about going to Europe or running to other parts of the world. You can make it anywhere you are. It's just about believing in yourself. Success is self-deterministic. You understand? Success is self-deterministic. It's not always about running from one place to another or going to something. You can make success right where you are. You can make a good name, no matter the economy or how bad the situation is. If you choose to be a good person and you choose to inspire the world, you can always do it anywhere you are around the world. In as much as you understand who you are and you know the purpose of your destiny. That is what this work is all about. Black people knowing their worth and their destiny, understanding their destiny, that they can always manifest anywhere they are around the world. It's not always about believing that there's there's a better life in Europe, there's a better life in America, there's a better, you can do very well. And I haven't said it's also one of my points, one of my published poems. I published the poem in my first collection of poetry. That was when I clocked 21 in 2019. The book is titled 21 My Predicament. You know, the book about me. It's more like a memoir, a collection of poetry. So it's titled Ori Destiny. So I made a painting of that poem. So this is the painting. I tried to put it in my series because the storyline goes along with it. So you notice I make use of, I paint a lot of woman figure. You know, a lot of in my paintings, I paint more of women. This is because I'm a feminist and I believe I respect the female gender so much, and I believe the world is facilitated by them spiritually. May not be physically though, but spiritually the world is facilitated by women. Even psychologically, emotionally, the world is nothing without women. So this is another one. This is another one.
Ask you, can I interrupt you 1 second? I noticed that in that painting, as well as the painting that's on the screen now, you have like a little that yellowish thing by the eye. What does that represent?
You mean this?
Yes, that right there.
Yeah, this is representing struggle. You know, it's more looking more like the African map. You know, it's a mixed media style I use in my work. I bought the newspaper to show the struggle, you know, the pain, to depict something like that. And then I think it, and then I use a map. Okay, this is a map of Africa, Black people. It's also here. You can also see that here. You can also see that here. So the use of this thing is very big. More like a style I'm coming up with. You know, it's here too. It's also on two other walls there in the gallery. Those two paintings, you find them there too. So this is titled Lady with Nine Lives. Lady with Nine Lives. It's also about, you know, that's boy with 9 lives. This is Lady with 9 lives. It's also a struggle. You know, this is resilience of a Black woman as well. You know, our clothes is more of like, you know, a tiger skin. I didn't actually use a tiger skin. I just used something related to, you know, tiger skin because of the power. You know, women are really facing a lot around the world. You know. So,
what mediums are you painting? What mediums are you painting? What paint are you using? Acrylics, oils, a combination of the two?
I work with acrylics. I work with acrylics.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I work with acrylics, and I sometimes mix media. You know, maybe you can use of font newspaper and, you know, all these stuff. So that's mixed media. So there's another one. This is tied to the. I want to put it down. That side of the wall is dark. So,
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Well,
yeah.
in some of your, I'm on your page on my phone, and some of your posts, you say you burn newspaper.
Yes.
Is that what you use for some of the skin tone?
No, I didn't use that for my skin tone. I just use it for somewhere around the part of the heart, just to express it. I want to do more of that too in my new works. You know, the Black Mekri series is a continuity. Although I'm working on other series, but the Black Mekri is going to be a continuity.
Can you show me one where you've used some burnt newspaper?
What do you say?
Burnt newspaper, where you say you've used burnt newspaper.
Yes, I do. I use burnt newspaper.
Can you show me where and how you use it?
Okay, where and how? Oh, this is my studio here. I think you see have the particles of, okay. We have, see. Right, so just take a fade here.
So you just burn the edges.
I don't burn the edges, yes. I just burn the edges. And then I, and I apply. I apply. Then
I see.
Yeah, then I use gold paint. I use a gold paint because I make it light. So when you look through, you can actually see the newspaper and you can actually see the burnt edges.
Newspaper through it. Yes, I see it. I see it.
You see burnt edges. That is the narrative of the story, the storyline. So you can actually see. The purpose of this newspaper and the burning there. What's the newspaper? The purpose of this newspaper is actually this is actually a story. Writing a story. So it's more like a narrative. So nobody needs to know about what is written there, but it's just depicting that okay, this is a story of a particular person and where they are coming from. They are coming from Africa. You understand that? That's why I use that medium on newspaper. That is my own ideology.
And I'm going to go back. Go. Let's talk about this picture here. Go ahead. I'm sorry. What's this? What's the title of this picture?
What picture are you saying?
What's the title?
You mean this? Okay, this is titled Golden Girl. Golden Girl.
Golden Girl.
Golden
Okay.
Girl. Yeah, Golden Girl. It's actually the first work I painted from the Black Mekri series. The first work I painted. The reference is a friend of mine. I'm actually inspired by. She's also an artist. A very good friend of mine, and she's inspires me with their struggle. Her name is Boluwatife. I'm gifted with a number of friends who are also, creative and experienced like me, even though we are we're in the part of the world that shuts us from so many opportunities and all of that, but we keep doing what we know how to do because we believe in ourselves and our dreams that it's going to rescue us. And someday, there'll be a big smile on our face, just like the golden opportunity I have now, Moody Jones Gallery. So I work, I like as an artist inspires me. She's always doing what she loves, and despite it's not really easy for the female gender here in Nigeria, going through so much of abuses and all of that, and seeing them doing hard work and sticking to what they know how to do is really, really, inspiring. So she's a motivation to me. So I decided to, use her as a figure in my feet. So just gave the title Golden Girl. So I used to have the gold thing in my hair, all of that. Just made the subject of the painting meditating. It's more like she's meditating in this painting. She's an artist and she's thinking of a kind of inspiration, an artist that she is. Yeah. So that is these are the works I have on the Black Mekri series so far. This is the latest one. I did this I think a couple of days ago. This is my latest one. And although this is my biggest work so far, this is not part of the Black Mekri series. Yes, this is I took a break. I actually did this, then I just went back to Black Mekri series because I said it's a continuity. The series is a continuity. Because when you read about the series, this issue of misunderstanding and racism on Black people is also a continuity. Year in, year out, the story seems to change, but it's still the same iteration, still the same story, Look at the issue of Harry and Meghan, the one that happened of recent, the royal family. Imagine the racist royal family. But that's a typical example that racism is the continuity. So because I'm using my art as a medium to change, as an artist, I believe in change. I believe in change, revolution. Art, to me, like I said in my artist statement, art cannot just be for aesthetics. Art cannot just be for aesthetics. art also has to be, art has to be a kind of documentation about particular people and how they are living, at a particular period of time. That is how I believe. That is my own personal, view on art, and that's why it's my artist statement. Art cannot just be for aesthetics. Art has to be about the documentation of the people's life at a particular time. So that. So when we can, let's talk about history, historical, incidents. We can also use art to depict them. Okay, this was what is happening in the kind of days, this is the 5 years, stuff like that. Art to me is not just aesthetic, but a medium, a means of revolution, a means of creating change, a means of celebrating resilience, a means of creating awareness, a means of empowering people, a means of telling people, strengthening the people's view on hope. Okay, this is why we need to continue fighting for our rights. This is why we need to continue protesting. Love and all aspects of humanity.
And I'm going to show, I took a picture of the other piece here at the gallery, and I'm gonna try to share it so you can see it. So just bear with me for 1 second.
Okay. Yes. That's titled Bamidele, Take Me Home. Titled Bamidele, Take Me Home. Yes.
I noticed
Hello,
in
can you
some
hear
of
me?
your paintings, in a couple of your pieces, you have kind of a painting within a painting. You know what I mean?
Yes.
This one and
I
another one.
understand.
You've got like a whole painting in the background.
Yes. This is like the one here in my studio.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see it? You can see it, right?
Yes. The Kobe Bryant.
Yeah. This one. Yeah, bro. The one with Brian. This one now is like I said, this is not part of the Black Mekri series. This is a painting about me. This one is personal. It's as a reflection of what is going on in my life right now. It is an imaginary painting. Everything here is imaginary. It's imagined from my mind. There was no reference. Just thought of something. I'm actually used to dog. This is my dog. It's my dog. The dog is staying with my friend. So he brings it over to the studio and just a naughty dog. Sometimes eat my brushes and spoil my material. So I have to keep it away from my studio. So this is my dog, and this is this is representing me. This is representing me. Thinking one on the one with the Kobe Bryant. So this one is titled Finding Me. Finding Me. Finding Me. Yeah. Finding me. That is looking for me. At this point of my life, I'll be 23 this year. So at this point of my life, it is very, very important. And most words that I pay more attention to my life and my purpose as a young man. Not just the fact that I am in Africa, but the fact that I am living and I'm existing. I really, really I am someone that I'm most passionate about having a good name. I want to be remembered for something. I really want to be remembered for something. I don't just want to leave and just go like that. We can talk about, like I said, because at a very young stage in my life, started doing things, started getting to be inspired by great men. Like I've just been discussing earlier, great men like James Baldwin, Peter Wright, even women, Nina Simon, like Wole Soyinka, Cyprian Equincy, Chinua Achebe, Fela Anikulapo Kuti. Fela is really, Fela is important, really important in my life. Fela, Soyinka, and James Baldwin. They really, change a lot of things in my perspective, understanding. They made me have this kind of, I don't know them in person, but it's more like I live, and time with them every day because I'm very used to their works. Can you hear me? So, this painting now is about my life now, the reflection of my life. At this point in my life, I just want to be serious. I want to focus on what I love to do. You understand, being as an artist and a writer, from Africa, I want to focus on that. I want the world to know me. I want to make a good name of what I am doing. So that is the purpose of this painting. So it's started finding me. So here is a black man. This is just depicting me, for instance, in his room, back against the wall. He's backing the wall because he doesn't have time for what is happening around it. He doesn't have time for the social life. He doesn't have time for the relationship life, having a girlfriend or having love or anything. He just wants to focus on his life right now because that is the most important thing to him right now. That is the purpose of this work. As a black man living in this part of the cosmos, as a black man living in Africa, the first thing that you must first vanquish is poverty. As a black man, you must really, this is the stage of my life that I really need to work hard and vanquish that, and have a good name, have a good life. It is at this stage of my life, and I find that very, very important to me. So I feel like I must focus with that. So I feel the reflection of my life, so I try to paint it, So I have my dog with me, my dog as a companion, the dog which is the man's best friend. This is the purpose of this painting, the rules on the wall, talking about, okay, this is how I lost love, because I decided to focus. This painting is about my life, like I said, because I decided to focus on my life right now. I'm looking more like a selfish person. I don't, love is not on my side now. I mean, relationship love, blah, blah, blah. So that's why this painting is out there. I don't have time for love now. That's why it's hop there, hop on the wall there. Not until when I find myself, I really want to focus now. And this is another painting. Like you said, like you notice, in my painting, there's a painting inside my painting. Yes, that is deliberate. So this painting here is talking about the world outside. This is my dream. You understand? This is my dream. This is the one I left behind. I don't have time for relationship love. That's behind. This is me in my space. Back against the wall. I'm focusing on myself. I'm fixing my life. I try to use some kind of black figures and representation of materials like the Bryant, Kobe Bryant, the jersey, this is black stuff, and a jean, the black guy with the rasta hair. So this is my dream. This frame here is representing my dream. I see the sky, it's so free. Everything is looking good. See the tree with roses, a lot of flowers on it, making sense, beautiful. That is what I am demanding right now. And that is the kind of life I want. I want to live with freedom. A life with a real freedom. A beautiful life. A beautiful life, an amazing life, a life that at the end of the day, going to make sense, successful life, as it was all the things and not the struggle of today. The best life, the best adventure a man can live is to live the life of his dreams. So this is the life of my dreams on the wall. That's beautiful roses. It's a life full of multiplication, lots of purpose. This is me achieving my dreams. I never get stranded. Every day growing flowers and roses. Every day growing roses. And me in my world. So this is my imagination. You understand? This is my imagination. So more like the only companion I have with me now is myself. The person is also talking about the important, important role a dog is playing in a man's life. That's man's best friend. So this is my dog, the only animal, the only creation that does not stress me. You understand? That is what this painting is all about. So this is personal. This is a personal painting. And when I believe when I do personal works, it's not just useful to me alone. The purpose of my works is to help the universal understanding of the whole world. I believe someone out there, but a lot of youth, Nigerian teenagers, African teenagers, American teenagers, everybody around the world at this present, this the stage of your early 20s, 21, 22, 23, 24, the stage where you pay attention most to your life, the stage where you pay attention more to your life, the stage whereby you focus to find yourself. That's why I try to be finding me. The stage whereby you focus and be like, okay, this is what I want to do, my purpose in life. I need to pay attention. And when you look at it these days, it's a word for the young people. The young people are making it like Justin Bieber and the likes over there. They are all young people. They started it in their 20s because they were able to find themselves. Michael Jackson started making it at a very tender age because he was able to find himself. Every other great people started, the process at a young age. Even Fela Nicola himself started at a young age. We have these kids, Burna Boy, So everyone with a dream starts at a young age. So there's always that moment whereby all you have is yourself, focus on yourself, find yourself, which is what I'm doing right now. So this work is not just personal to me. It's not just personal to me alone. It is also of universal and relative understanding. Relatively, it is talking about the life of young people, everybody trying to find themselves out there. That is what this work is all about. Finding me, finding you, finding her, finding him, everyone finding themselves. So this work is dedicated, on the journey of self-discovery. The work is dedicated on those people on the journey of self-discovery. That's what the work is all about.
And I want to. I got the other image that's here at the gallery, and I want to show it, share it, and because you're speaking about young people, and to me, this picture represents the importance of reading. And I'm going to think I'm gonna pop it on the screen now.
Yes. I'm seeing it. It's there. Okay.
Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see. This work is titled Bamidele. Bamidele. Bamidele is a Yoruba word. Like I said, I'm a Yoruba man. So Bamidele means take me home. Please take me home. The purpose of this painting, it's talking about Black people appreciating the part of the world where they are. You understand? Black people appreciating the fact that, okay, they're in Africa. A lot of people are in America, a lot of people are in Europe, and they are suffering. You get what I'm saying? A lot of people are in China, a lot of Black people, Africans, are scattered all around the world. They left their home and then, but that's not actually the place they're meant to be. This work. That's this work. Take me home. As you can see, the boy is reading in a setting of, his living room. He's talking about Black people, Africans coming together. He's talking about the purpose of togetherness. That is one love. Let us come together and build our nation. What he's talking about nation building. Let's come together and build our nation. Let's come together and okay, we are striving for change. Like like the end-SARS protest that previously happened in Nigeria. That is a work of togetherness. Everybody came together. I also protested. I wrote an article about that, about the protest, the end-SARS protest. On the right side, and I'm also an activist. So I do a whole lot of things with my creativity and all of that. So Black people, we all come together and instead of living.
Why did you?
Say,
Ed, but why did you put the?
Yeah.
I see the book that the child is reading, and it has the word trade. Is this a significant?
Every element in my painting has significance. So everything is deliberate. It's part of the painting. So like I'm saying, togetherness, coming together to build our country, the place that place we believe is not good. When everybody leaves Nigeria because Nigeria is not good, and then everybody goes to America and Europe, who's going to? Nigeria can never be a good place because they are all giving our responsibilities. The fact that the reason why we are going to America is because it's united. People come together to build that place where it is. So we can also achieve that dream here. Although we believe, it is really bony, but it's not as bony as we think. We believe it is mostly, impossible for us to achieve this thing. But it's all about believing in ourselves and believing in our power as Black people. So the purpose of this boy reading a book. If you look at the work very well, you see that at the back page there's coin. The arrangement of coins. The work is titled trade. The element of that book, the whole of that book is one issue we are having here in Africa now. Giants of Africa, Nigeria actually is economy. We have a poor economy. Every year our economy, is wrecking. It's wrecking every year. Every new regime of the government, the economy is wrecking. So we need to focus. We need to come together and work on, our market strategy. That's why the book is titled Trade, because that is the major element of a country. Economy is the major element of a country. America is good at it because it has a good economy. London is good at it because it has the European world and all other China. They are all good the way they are. Japanese. Tokyo, they are all good the way they are because they have a standard economy, while we have a poor economy here. So the book that this boy is reading, this painting, is depicting economy. That is why I use trade, economy. You see at the back there's coin, and there's a woman there. She's a businesswoman. She's making a call. She's putting on that is a native attire, a Yoruba clothes. That's a Yoruba native attire. She's tying the headgear, and clothes, and you see the road, main road. So every element on that book painted there is about economy. That's the road and some cars on it. You have some building by the main road side. Beside the main road, you have offices and companies around it, and some trees and all of that. So everything there is a picture of economy. So the book is economy. So Black people, let us come together and study our economy and work on our economy so that we can elevate our economy. Because if we have a good economy, then we have a better place to stay. Then there's going to be a better place for us if our economy can be as successful as the country that we are fleeing to, as the places that we are fleeing to. Then only then will our country will be standard. Our country will be that place we are running to. We can also build it ourselves. So let us come together and study. So the boy is depicting Africans, the Black boy. That's a subject. He's depicting Africans. That's why he's in the painting. Just one person. He's depicting Africans to come together and study their economy. Because economy is the major element of the country. Economy is the major element of the people's life. Their economy, politically, all aspects, everything is affecting their economy. That's the purpose of the book. And take me home, just like the title is saying. The boy is in a setting of a living room. That's a chair. I think 3 seats are behind him. He's also sitting on one. You see the carpet. And the painting on the wall. The painting on the wall is about the sky. That's the sky. It's painting about the sky. Just like the series of this work. which is Black Mekri, about racism and all of that, resilience of Black people and going against the whole idea of racism and stuff like that. That thinking behind of Sky is talking about freedom. You understand? It's talking about freedom. While I'm also urging Africans that we can come together and work on our economy, on our place, I'm also preaching love. I'm also preaching freedom in my painting, which is the major purpose of the work, Black Mekri. That's why the painting is behind in there. So that painting is the painting of the sky. It's saying that the habit or the popular saying that says the common saying that says the sky is big enough for all birds to fly. Are you with me? The sky is big enough for all birds to fly, either black or white, either Japanese or any place that you are from the world. The sky is big enough for all birds to fly. Whether you are in Nigeria here, whether the white man is here, whether the black man is in America, anywhere, the sky is big enough for all birds to fly. So that's the purpose of that painting. The purpose of that painting, inside this painting, is preaching love and freedom, for every mankind. Like I said, the major purpose of this series is not just to face victimhood and victimization, but also to preach love, love and kindness in all aspects of humanity. You understand? Black man resilience. It's all about celebrating, speaking love for humanity, peace and light. That is the purpose, the major purpose of the series, hope. So that's what this thinking is all about.
Well, Ed, let me ask this question to you. See, you're in Nigeria, so what would you say to American collectors, people like myself, people like Stephanie, who asked the question earlier, and whoever else may be on this call? What would you say to them as to why you feel your work should be in their collection?
Yes, first of all, I'd like to say a big thank you to you and the whole management of the Moody Jones Gallery for giving me this schooling opportunity to showcase my work, to showcase my heart, showcase my work, to the world. It's really a golden opportunity to me. At least I can share my experience because this is a universal issue. Having my work in collection is, is golden to me. The universal issue. It's what the world will love to see. I believe. This is from my own opinion. I believe that this is what the world will love to see. This is what not just black people, everybody is, there's actually struggle everywhere. They're struggling for one thing or the other. Just like this painting that is about, the struggle. It's not just black, it's about every human being. This is a personal work, talking about personal life of everybody. Just like I said, using myself here because I'm black, So this painting is speaking about everybody. So this is a universal issue. All my works are universal issues. Having this in collection is talking about young people. It's more like an advice to young people focusing on their life to make impact in the world. You can only make a change when you actually change yourself. You can only find love when you actually have love within. You can only empower when you actually have empowered your own self. You can only advise or pass knowledge when you actually seek knowledge and you have it. So this is the purpose of this work, finding me. You understand? Every young man, youth, every young people to find themselves. This is the time they have. It is either now or never. This is the time you have. No matter what it is that you are going through, this is the time you have to find yourself. So this is what the world will love to see. I believe this is what the world will love to see. Anybody who's going to see this is definitely going to relate and love it and understand the message and feel the message within their soul that yes, this is what I need right now. It's talking about the life of very young people. So that is that. So for the Black Mekri series in general, which is a major universal issue It's a major existential challenge. It's a major existential challenge, which is talking about racism and stuff like that. So the purpose of this, having this one in collection, it's not just, I'm not trying to, as you can see, I made use of, there's a level of aesthetics in my works, because I believe, to me, what isn't just a cold ash place. I wrote it in one of my poems, the house of good living. You need to do things. The world actually is trending us to be weak, but you have to be strong. So what isn't just a cold ash place, it's also a beautiful place. So that is why in my work, I made this, you can always see, a touch of beauty in my works. And aside the fact that I'm not really talking about aesthetics alone, I'm also talking about revolution, trying to make a change. It's all about the documentation and life of the people and how they are living. Just which subject and their people. So having this work in a collection is a universal issue, a universal story, a universal challenge, a universal appreciation, a universal matter. It is a work that will always appreciate years to come. This work will come, art speaks. Yeah, art speaks. So years to come, this work will always speak. It will always speak for humanity. Like these songs of hope. Songs of hope. Years to come. Hope is a very important part of human life. Hope is, like musician from here, Asha. I don't know if you know Asha, but one of our songs, Bed of Stones, some hope and they let go. Some hope and they hold on. What will tomorrow bring? What will tomorrow bring? You understand? So that's just something about hope. We should always have hope. We should always believe in hope.
So what you're saying, Ed, is that the works are hopeful, and they're hopeful for any collector that believes in hope should welcome your works in their collection. Is that what you're saying?
Part of it, and also because it is a universal issue. They are not just artworks. These are not just paintings or some sort of. It is a universal issue. My paintings are a universal issue. It is shedding more light on humanity. It is a documentation of humanity. It is love and appreciation of humanity. That is the purpose of my work, helping human beings to find, just like this, finding me, like these songs of hope, like these black boys, they are setting the contemporary colors and everything. The way because this is a collection of words that we always appreciate. Years to come, we always talk about racism, right? And this work is not just talking about racism, it's talking about the resilience of Black people. And you see that each year in, year out, Black people are getting much more stronger. You can't compare the situation now to some years ago, it was worse. But now we are getting much stronger. We're finding ourselves as Black people. So the work is also talking about the resilience of the Black man, because there will always be resilience for the Black man. And as the world is right now, there will always be hope. Because hope is always taking us to a better place, a better condition. So that's the purpose of my work. It's also about feminism. Yeah, but I love painting female figures. You see, always painting female figures because of my respect and love for women. Feminism. I believe the world came through women. The world came through women. They all came here through women. So we should always love and respect them. Women are the source of life. Maybe I should repeat that. Women are the source of life. So that is just feminism, my love for feminism. I respect that so much, and I will always want to do more. Always want to do more. And also, my thinking is, making changes, believing in the fact that Black people will always try and get better. The fact that we've always been painted this kind of deterioration and horrible history patterns and all of that. That doesn't mean we should see ourselves as weak people. We should see ourselves as strong people. You know, and we should never let the acrimony bring us down. And we should always spread love. The only way to heal is to spread love. My work preaches love. My work preaches love in a subtle tone. You get what I'm saying? My work preaches love in a subtle tone. I preach love in a very subtle tone.
Well, well, Ed, if I can interrupt, I must say that the pieces that are here at the Moody Jones Gallery are I mean, if you have to actually see them in person, because they are wonderful works, and they're reflective of what you have been talking to us about in terms of your purpose, the purpose behind the name of this show, and what the images represent from your perspective.
Yes.
And we're glad that we were able to connect with you and give you the opportunity to share your works with people in this country, that is America.
That's good into you.
And we're hopeful and we believe, at least I believe, and this is my opinion speaking, that you're someone to be paying attention to in the future, because your work speaks a message. And your message is based on some historical significance that's important to us as a culture. So I'm proud of you.
Thank you very much. I'm grateful.
So we're going to be closing soon. So is there any words that you would like to share with the audience? Anything that you want to say as an emerging artist? You know, you call yourself an emerging artist, and I think that your works are very accomplished. Emerging is because you've been painting a short period of time, but what do you want to tell us before we close?
Yeah, I love to, express my gratitude just like I've done before. And also, I love to tell the world that my audience over there and the world at large, that art to me is my relevance. And in as much as I exist, I love to do more and be remembered for something as an artist. An artist of revolution, an artist that teaches love and hope, change. Something I hold on to as my belief. And it's part of my existence. I love to tell the world that I love to do more. I'll be doing more and more and more and more. So I'm working on more works now, and I can't wait to start sharing them with the world. Thank you for giving me the opportunity, taking my work to the world at large. I believe I can. I already grabbed this opportunity now. I want to do more of it, and holding on to it. This is a stage for me to step higher and do more. That's all I can just say. I have to do more and more and more, just to make people understand, how I feel, my expression as an artist. So I'm doing more works. I can do more and more and more. More beautiful works, more powerful works. More works about hope. More works about the essence of life. More works about light and love. More works about humanity. More works about relevance. And a special purpose. So more works and doing more.
Well, Ed, we very much appreciate being able to strike that. We appreciate the fact that we were able to entertain our audience with your works today. Being from Nigeria, it's hopeful. And we really enjoy the experience of showcasing artists from all over the world if we're able to. And having had the opportunity to have you here has been very beneficial, I think, to the listeners and to the gallery as well. So, folks, the works are here at the Moody Jones Gallery. We're here at 107B Southeastern Road in Glenside. So we have 4 of his works, and we can get more. So we ask that you come, look, hopefully purchase. The prices are very reasonable, and there will be wonderful pieces in your collection. So with that, Ed, let's stay in touch, and we're going to end the this virtual Zoom meeting. Okay?
All right.
I know it's late there where you are. It's what? It's 9:30, I think. So
Yeah.
yeah. So get some needed rest. Okay.
All right.
Take care. We enjoyed you.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for your opportunity. Okay.
All right. Have a good day or good evening in your case.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye.